Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited is mainly engaged in the sales of Liu Pao tea and other teas. At the beginning of its establishment in 2007, the company was a commercial enterprise based on undertaking the domestic sales and export business of Liu Pao tea from the former Guangxi Wuzhou Tea Import and Export Company. Official operation started in March 2008. In January 2009, it was transformed into a production enterprise. All business operations are restructured according to the production enterprise model, and so far they have been operated under the gradually improved production enterprise model. Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited is a subsidiary of the World Top 500 COFCO Group, wholly owned subsidiary of Tea Corporation Limited. The company has a registered capital of 5 million yuan. It is mainly engaged in the production and processing of various teas. It mainly produces and sells Wuzhou Liu Pao tea of Zhongcha brand and Dotli brand. The annual production capacity is more than 1,000 tons. It is the current Liu Pao tea production and export enterprise in China. Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited grew out of the Wuzhou branch of China Tea Corporation, which was established in November 1953. In 2018, it was changed to Wuzhou Office of China National Tea Export Corporation Guangxi branch. From 1954 to 1988, the name has changed a lot, but it has been engaged in the production and export of Liu Pao tea. On January 5, 1988, Wuzhou Tea Import and Export Corporation Limited was formally established, which is affiliated to China National Native Produce and Animal Husbandry Import and Export Corporation, specializing in the production of export of Liu Pao tea in Guangxi. It can be said that the Liu Pao tea industry can continue to this day, and Wuzhou Tea Import and Export Company has contributed. The history of Wuzhou Tea Import and Export Company is the epitome of the development history of China Liu Pao tea. Today, Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited inherits the glorious tradition of Wuzhou Tea Import and Export Company and continues to interpret the future of Guangxi Liu Pao tea industry. Since its establishment, Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited has become a leading company among local tea companies after more than 60 years of development, and has also contributed to Guangxi Liu Pao tea going out of China and the world. Among them, China Tea Seller Liu Pao tea is the inheritor of China Liu Pao tea craftsmanship and the promoter of Liu Pao tea culture. It is the overseas Chinese tea of overseas civilization. Since 2008, China Tea Seller Liu Pao tea has entered the domestic market with a brand new attitude. Under the strategic guidance of the entire industry chain of COFCO, a strict and complete system has been established, from the origin of raw materials to the launch of products. In 2018, the new processing factory of Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited was completed and put into operation, and the production scale will be further expanded. The production will be more merchandised, cleaner, and automation and visualization oriented. Today, many products of China Tea Wuzhou are sold at home and abroad and are deeply loved by people all over the world. Why can Chinese cellaring Liu Pao tea become a leader in the industry? That is inseparable from the strict requirements of source selection. In the administrative area of Wuzhou City, China Tea Seller Liu Pao tea uses the fresh leaves of Cangwu County group species, Guangxi large leaf species, and its isolated and bred varieties as raw materials, and is processed according to a specific process with unique quality characteristics of black tea. People who have drunk Liu Pao tea will have a soft spot for its Chinese red. The Liu Pao tea industry believes that the culture, charm, and national characteristics of Chinese red must be used as the criterion to make Liu Pao tea embark on the road of revival. Now, let me introduce the processing technology of China Tea Liu Pao tea. 1. Picking process. In the past, the primary production of Liu Pao tea was done manually by farmers. The picking standard is 1 bud with 3, 4, and 5 leaves. The initial preparation method is to pluck the leaves and put them in boiling water to make the leaves soft and knead. Then place them in a basket for about 5 minutes and press them with wood until the tea leaves are curled to a degree of softness. Then it is dried over fire, fried and steamed with steam until needed, and stored in a basket for sale. 2. The process of initial production. Heating, rolling, composting, re-kneading, drying. The primary process of liu pao tea is that the raw materials of fresh leaves are mostly 1 bud, 3-4 leaves, picked during the day and made at night. Liu pao tea brewing pot temperature 160 degrees, 2 to 2.5 kilograms of leaves per pot. Place 7.5 kilograms of tea leaves each time in the heating machine. After putting it in the pot, first stew and stir fry, then turn over and stir fry. For young leaves, stir fry more and stew less. For old leaves, stew more and stir fry less. Generally, it takes 5 to 6 minutes to turn green until the buds and leaves are soft. The tea stalks are bent but not broken, and the leaf color turns dark green, which is moderate. After cooling, kneading, there are 2 kinds of hand kneading and machine kneading. Hand kneading can knead 1 to 1.5 kilograms at a time. Machine kneading depends on the size of the kneading machine. The process of reproduction. Screening, shaping, picking stems, stacking, cold fermentation. Dry, steam, step on the basket, cool and aging. The kneading of liu pao tea is mainly about shaping, supplemented by cell damage. The leaf damage rate is 40%. Pressure should be moderate when kneading. The process is roughly as follows. Lightly knead, lightly press, press slightly harder, lightly press, lightly knead. Unblock after kneading. Generally, 1 to 2 grades of tea knead for 40 minutes. For tea below grade 3, knead for 45 to 50 minutes. After kneading, pile heaping is carried out, and the kneaded tea blanks are put into the basket or stacked on the bamboo for composting fermentation. This is the key process that determines the color and aroma of liu pao tea's brown, stacked 3 to 5 centimeters high. Each basket contains about 15 kilograms of wet tea. The heaping time is more than 15 hours. The temperature of the tea pile is generally around 40 degrees. If the temperature is higher than 50 degrees, it will burn. Therefore, in the process of composting, attention should be paid to turning the heap. When heaping, the temperature is low. That is, use the fire temperature of about 60 degrees to bake the tea base to 50 to 60% dry and then recompost. After composting and fermentation, the tea sticks will be lightly scattered. Therefore, it is necessary to re-knead for 5 to 6 minutes. The drying of liu pao tea is also carried out in 2 parts, gross fire and full fire. The traditional method is to use a teapot. Spread the leaves about 3.3 centimeters. It is best to use pine fire to bake at a temperature of 80 to 90 degrees. Stir every 5 to 6 minutes. Bake to 6 to 70% dry and let it cool for half an hour. Then start a fire. And the temperature of the food fire is 50 to 60 degrees. Spread leaf thickness 6.6 centimeters. Bake for 2 to 3 hours until the tea stalk can be broken as soon as it's folded. 4. Refining process. Cold fermentation shall be carried out first. Humidify the raw tea until with a water content of 12% and red for 7 to 10 days to make up for the lack of primary fermentation. When the tea is dried to about 10%, steam it for half an hour until the leaves are completely soft. Leaf water content reaches 15 to 16%. The traditional method is to steam the tea and stack it for 20 to 30 days. The damp heat effect of these retting piles further promotes the change of tea contents. Due to the non-enzymatic oxidation of tea polyphenols, the color substances such as thiaflavins and thiarubicins continue to increase, so that the color, aroma, and flavor are thickened, and the unique quality style of liu pao tea is achieved. 5. Cooling and aging. The quality of liu pao tea is better with age. Cooling and aging is an important link in the production process and is indispensable. Generally, they are stored in sacks and stored in shady soil warehouses and sold in the coming year, forming the special style of liu pao tea. Therefore, the finished liu pao tea after steaming in summer must be stored in a cool and humid place for aging after dissipating water to reduce the leaf temperature. After about half a year, the color of the soup becomes more red and thick. The taste is refreshing and cool, and it produces a stale taste, forming the quality characteristics of Liu Pao tea. 6. Wrapping method. Liu Pao tea is generally packaged in traditional bamboo baskets, which is conducive to the continuous transformation of the substances contained in the tea during storage, making the taste mellow, the color of the soup deepened, and the fragrance revealed. In order to facilitate storage, Liu Pao tea products are also pressed and processed into blocks, bricks, coins, cylinders, and bulk. Its quality characteristics are that the color is dark brown and smooth, and it is especially resistant to brewing. Let us approach this leading enterprise of Liu Pao tea, Guangxi Wuzhou Zhongcha Tea Industry Corporation Limited, and experience the charm of this ancient Liu Pao tea. In this class, we learned about the development and characteristics of the leading enterprises in Liu Pao tea. After class, please think about it. What are the advantages of China tea Liu Pao tea trade?